Hello my friends, for this line design that we are going to start today, you are going to need a 3 by 3 inch square. You are going to need a 9 by 9 inch square. You will need an ultra fine point Sharpie. You will need a bottle of glue, and you will need your table bin or colored pencils that you have. So let's get started. You are going to be working with no more than 7 lines and no less than 3. So to begin, we notice that we are not working with pencil. We are working directly with ultra fine point Sharpie. Now when you're working with Sharpie, number 1, when you take your cap of your Sharpie off, we want to make sure it goes on the end. We need to make sure that we don't press down hard. If we press down hard on this tip, it's going to flatten it and it's going to keep the ink from flowing out. So we really want to keep this point really nice and sharp, and we're not pressing hard. We're just going to draw lightly and the ink will flow out. We are going to start by doing 3 lines. Now you can decide what type of line you would like to make, but you need to start at one side of your paper and go off one of the other sides of your paper. You are going to do 3 sets of lines. So this is my first set. I'm going to start here. And of course, this marker does not work. So I'm going to find another one. Hold on just a second. All right, this always happens. So we'll try it again. Here we go. Hopefully this one will work. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. Here we go. And I can decide what type of complex line I would like to have. Notice that I am starting on one and I'm going off another one. So there's one line. I'm going to start by doing 3 lines. So I'm going to repeat this, and the trick with this is that you want to add the second line, and you want the second line to do exactly what the first line is doing, and you want to make sure they stay equal distance. So your line is not going like thin like this and then suddenly getting bigger and then suddenly getting really skinny. We want to try and keep the thickness consistent all the way through. Notice that my lines are not crossing another line. So there's line number 2, and now I'm going to add line number 3. So you have to have at least 3 lines. And what I would like to see is oops, I'm going a little fast, so I made a mistake there. I would like to see a set of lines with 3 lines, a set of lines with 4 or 5 lines, and maybe a set of lines that have a little bit more. So you decide, but I would like there to be a range. I would like to not have all your sets be only 3 lines. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go off this way. So I'm going to take this, and here's going to be my second line. Now I happen to notice that if I put a third line in, I'm going to get really close to this line, so I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to continue my line here. So there's line number 3. Notice it goes off my paper. I'm going to bring it back on and go off. So there's 3. I'm going to do number 4. Now notice that in here I have 2 sections to color in. When I add another line, I now have 3 sections to color in. Now I'm going to create a third section, and I think that third section is going to be, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to add more. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add 5. I'm going to keep going here. 5. So this becomes the one that is the most lines. 6. So there's 6. And then I think I'm going to do something that comes across to divide this up a little bit. So here's my third set, and I think my third set, because I have 6 here, I think I'm going to do 4 lines. So I'm going to take this, and I think I'm just going to come straight across. And it's okay if you draw right on top. And notice how I'm trying to keep my lines fairly consistent in thickness. Now let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And I think I'm going to keep that there. So I have 2, I have 3, and then I have 5. So there's that. So go on to the next video and I will show you the next step. Have fun creating your 3 sets of lines with your ultra fine point Sharpie.